Hey, you guys, happy Tuesday. Okay, so story time, actually, just talk time, should I say? All right, just something that crossed my mind earlier, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this tonight. I'm gonna put a video up about this because I think it's important. I think that I'm not the only person that's actually gone through this in life, because I know I'm not. Okay, but what if God told you, and I'm not a holy roller. I am not a big spiritual, no. I believe in God, I pray, yes, in silence. But what if God told you that he had a game plan for you? Okay? And when I mean by a game plan, I mean by like a game plan where you feel it, okay? Where I am just a few weeks shy of turning 45. And I will say that probably up until my early 40s, you had to fight your fucking way through life. Okay? I'm not ever on here for sympathy. I'm out here to lace some of you females up and some of you males and let you know exactly what me as a person has been through, and so that you know that it wasn't ever just handed over to me, or I didn't just live like this life on a pedestal. Okay? When I said and live my life through this, or sitting on this pedestal, should I say, I went through failed marriages. I went through failed relationships. Okay? I've raised my daughter almost her 10 years out of 10 years of life with good friends, should I say, help, but pretty much alone. And I don't have a problem with it. She's like my best friend. My daughter is my only daughter, and she's like my little bestie. But anyhow, with that being said, what if I told you that your first 40 years, you had to literally fight your way, okay? And then you start winning. But through those 40 years, something told me in my core, don't stop. Don't ever stop. Don't ever let anybody make you feel less of what you're worth. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing as a woman. Stay strong and keep pushing. Even when you wanted to stop. Okay? And it's hard. We have those days, women, men, people in general, where we just don't want to fucking do it. We don't. But when I say that the first 40 years of life threw some thing at me, but you still kept fucking going. Something in your core kept telling me not to stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Who cares what they have to say? Who cares how they feel? Who cares what they have to say about you? Who cares who brings you down? Who cares? At the end of the day, you as a person, as a woman, as a mother, have to deal with it, whether you like it or not. And I had to feed myself that mentality, because I was not going to fail. And I definitely was not going to go without. So when I say the first 40 years of my life was full of failed relationships and failed marriages, or actually a failed marriage, and despite all of those failed, or should I say failures, you did not give up. all those difficult days, all those failed relationships, failed friendships, all those ups and downs, all those job losses, all those looking to find what it was that was meant for you in this world, okay? What it was that your purpose was in this life. You did not give up, okay? That wasn't fucking easy because you had no one to lean on. You had no one to lean on but yourself. And I think that is what made me so mind strong, when you have no one but yourself. What if God told you that like your life was going to be a struggle and you're going to have to go through it in order to survive half your life? When I say that, I say it was a struggle, but what I don't quite understand is once you get through that hump where it's not a struggle and you start fucking winning, even if it took you 44 years, the hate starts, the negativity, the people that don't want to see you make it, the ones that are supposed to be rooting for you, the ones that are supposed to be showing you love, the ones that should have been there. And you're not mad about it. You're like, I'm going to make it regardless. And when you tell yourself you were going to make it regardless, that's why you made it. Because I would pray and tell myself, please do not give up. Don't give up regardless of who's rooting for you, who's not rooting for you, who's following you, who's bringing you down, who's hurting you, who's harming you. I distanced myself and I protected my energy. And I told myself, like, bitch, you are going to make it regardless. Whether it's all by yourself, with or without a man, with or without family, friends, whoever it was, you're going to make it. And when you put that and you embed that in your mind, that's exactly what is going to happen. And I can't tell you why today, just this morning, I was thinking about this and I was like, you know what? I got to speak upon this because there is something just sitting so heavy on the chest that you've got to release, like, you know, and I'm like, why not on my YouTube? I mean, I do everything else on my YouTube. I talk about everything else on my YouTube. I don't live a fake life. I live a real life. There's so much more that I've got to share with you guys on here that I want other people to learn from. That I'm going to post so much that I you know show in love to other people that I'm like, you know, share it, share your story. You never know who it's going to be out there helping. Literally, you never know who is going to be watching and going through it and be like, I am so glad I saw this female's post or her video. So I get into my 40s, I start growing career-wise, life-wise. Life just kept getting fucking better. Why? Because I never let myself give up. Despite the depression, despite the anxiety, despite the ADHD, despite the negativity, despite whatever you were going through in life. Whatever failures, mistakes, I learned from my mistakes, by the way. Despite the ups and downs, it just kept getting better. Okay? And I told myself, there are some people that they're just not going to want to see you win. They're not. But I'm not going to let that dictate what my life turns out to be. That's for damn sure. I would pray and tell myself, hang on tight. Your day is coming. I promise you, things are going to get better. And one day you're going to look back at all this nonsense and be like, It was just a dream, but it technically was not just a dream. Okay? It was hard to mentally tell yourself, especially when you're going through it, to hold on. Hold on. It's not the end. That's hard. That's hard when you struggle from anxiety, ADHD, depression, the whole nine, and you're a single mom. And I never, ever used the whole single mom or whatnot. It made me go harder. It made me go harder and not ever give the fuck up. Anyhow, I stayed so prayed up. And I told myself, despite the fact that there are going to be people in this world that we live in, because we live in a world full of people that I don't even know. They're not going to root for you. They're not going to be rooting for you. And that's totally okay. Girl, you need to root for your own damn self. Get out there and be your own motherfucking cheerleader, all right? They are not going to be sitting there clapping their hands and saying, we want her to make it. But once I started making it and actually like not being hurt, sad, broken, the whole nine anymore, it got noticed. And even when it didn't get noticed, I told myself, don't give up. Don't give up. There were so many times, you guys, I cannot express, that I literally just wanted to give up because it was so hard. It was so hard. And my platform is, when I say my lifestyle, you're going to hear so much more, mainly positivity, but I'm not going to sit here and portray that life is just like as good as when it's really not. You know what I mean? That's fake. And that's not what I am. I'm real. Literally. I have feelings. I've fallen. Not once, not twice, several times in life. And gotten the fuck back up and kept going. There's going to be times where those take your good heart that you have for granted. They're going to take that good big heart for granted. Okay? You're going to learn from it. You are going to learn from it. You're going to learn to, you know what? Secure that heart and secure that energy and pour all that love back into yourself. Pour it all. Because you deserve it as a person. And it's not your problem that people don't appreciate what you do for them. You did it from the genuine of your heart. And sometimes they don't. And sometimes they just don't see it. And that's just not your problem. At least it's not mine in my 40s. All in all, I want you guys to know that I hope that I am able to come onto this platform and inspire people in general, women and men. And I want you guys to know that there is some kind of hope out there. Don't give up. And don't be afraid to speak the fuck up about what you're going through and know that it gets better. But please don't give up. And I've told people before, DM me, message me. Because you're not alone, but it gets better. I'm in my 40s now. Monetize on different platforms. Have a wonderful life. And it's not fake. Engaged to be married. Have 3 beautiful children. Whether we fall out, we fight. We are only human. But the one thing that you do not do is give up. You keep fucking going. Anyhow, you guys, before I close this out, I just want you guys to know that, like I said earlier in this video, people are not going to support your choices. They are not going to fucking root for you. They are not going to be happy at your success. It's okay. You be happy. You be happy for you and for what the fuck you have created. Okay? They don't have to be. You don't need validation from anybody. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Y'all stay blessed. I love you guys.